Hello, fellow constituents. My name is Gloria Quinn, and I am a registered nurse. I currently work in the cardiac outpatient unit of Vidant Medical Center in Greenville, North Carolina. Over the last 3 weeks, I have had the pleasure and privilege to be a member of a collegiate debate on Healthcare Bill 879, End of Life Act. This bill's focus is on a topic that I have been passionate about for over 20 years, the right to end one's life in the event of a terminal illness. Healthcare Bill 879, End of Life Act, has many reasons for being passed into law, with perhaps the best pro-argument being everyone deserves the right to die with dignity on their own terms. Those suffering from terminal debilitating diseases such as cancer, ALS, Parkinson's disease, that option simply is not afforded to them under the current laws of North Carolina. While the pro-arguments are very compelling, there are some negative impacts of such a law. The most alarming being that in some states such as Oregon and California, insurance companies are refusing to pay for further medical treatment to continue a person's life, but are covering the suicide medication for that same person. And that is not something that I would like to see happen. Currently, Healthcare Bill 879 has passed the first reading of the House on April 22nd of this year, and has been referred to the Committee of Rules, Calendar, and Operations of the House. I think this bill needs to pass here and continue up into the House so that it can go into the Senate. Over the past few weeks, after reading all the comments in favor and against Healthcare Bill 879, I believe dying is a uniquely personal experience and that the individual with the terminal illness should have the right to sanction the terms of their own death. And the following are my reasons for supporting this bill. First, countries all over the world such as Canada, Belgium, Switzerland, Australia, Taiwan, Colombia, and in the U.S., several states have passed this law, and some of them are like California, Oregon, and even Hawaii. Secondly, there's a stigma that if euthanasia is legalized, that people will opt for suicide over living, but that has been debunked in a study that was done in the Netherlands back in 2015, in which it looked at how many people took up the option of physician-assisted suicide since the law was passed in 2002, and actually the numbers went down. Thirdly, people dying with a debilitating terminal illness should not have to spend the limited time they have left suffering, but instead be provided the opportunity to end their life before the suffering takes it over. And lastly, for nurses, we're the ones at the bedside holding these people's hands, wiping their tears, and cleaning their soiled, frail, and broken bodies. Nurses will always advocate for the path that creates the least amount of suffering for the patient, and Healthcare Bill 879 is that path. North Carolina needs to take some lessons in the event that this bill is passed to prevent the travesties that have happened in states like California and Oregon, in which patients have been denied coverage for furthering their life, but have had coverage for the medication to end their life. So if we pass this bill, there needs to be a clause that prevents insurance companies from denying patients the right to treatment. This bill which is a law in other states and countries, has ended the needless suffering of many terminal ill patients in a time and place of their choice, surrounded by loved ones. North Carolina needs to show it hears the people and pass this bill into law, thus providing people with the right to die with dignity. I would like to leave you guys with a quote which I feel surmises the essence of Healthcare Bill 879. If I cannot give consent for my own death, whose body is this? Who owns my life? Sue Rodriguez.